This is Super Yacht News with E. Sisman.
In association with Go Earth, navigating boat buyers to better deals.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. So I've been away for a little bit, been traveling. As you can see by where I am and by the fact that I'm wearing a sweater, I have left South America and back in the UK. So so that's why I've been away. I've been traveling. And also you see the last video we did, which is a week ago today actually, was in a hotel. So we were already traveling. So that explains our absence from YouTube. So anyway, let's crack on with the first story. This is about a fire that broke out in a New Rochelle marina, injuring 2 people. The massive blaze destroyed 5 boats and took firefighters a number of hours to bring under control. Now, the fire erupted at the Imperial Yacht Club Marina. It sounds like something out of Star Wars, doesn't it? In New York State. And the first call to the fire department occurred around 12:45 a.m. on the 22nd of February, so just a couple of days ago. Now, once on scene, the fire crews fought the fire from the Town Deck Marina, which is a dock located directly across from the Imperial Yacht Club. The fire chief, Andrew Sanders, spoke to the local News 12 in Westchester, saying, "We had operations here with streams going, master streams, and as you can see, as the ropes burned and the boats got out of their mooring, they started drifting across and exposing other boats to the fire." But like I said, the fire wasn't extinguished until 2 hours later. Our officials confirmed that the New Rochelle Harbour Master was working on Saturday alongside the United States Coast Guard and the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation to address the sunken boats, the debris, and the fuel contaminants in the water. Captain Salvatore Gugliera, New Rochelle Harbour Master, said that all the boats over here probably have between 200 and 400 gallons of diesel. We've got units out here putting absorbent pads in the water, which is going to absorb whatever is floating on the top. Oil rises to the top. And last night, the Carbon Patrol and myself put out a containment plume, and we closed the entire harbour so nothing would go out with the outgoing tide. Due to the debris and oil contaminant efforts, Devonport Neck Channel will be closed until further notice. Like I said, there were 2 people injured in that fire. I believe it was a mother and daughter, but they're doing okay in the hospital. All right, we'll move on to our next story. The skipper of a small Riva yacht that ran over another boat and killed a young Mallorcan fisherman has gone to court in Spain to testify before the investigative judge. Dennis Viehoff, a 34-year-old German airline pilot, is accused of reckless homicide and omission of the duty to help. The reason for the second charge is failing to stop after the incident. The occupants of the yacht were later seen cleaning the vessel of evidence, including dropping glasses that had allegedly contained alcohol into the water. The skipper claims they didn't even realise they'd hit another boat and that this is the reason that they never stopped. The court will decide if the skipper is responsible when his yacht, the NY La Luna, which is a Riva yacht, I believe it's a Riva 64 yacht, crashed into the smaller fishing boat, killing one of the occupants, Guillaume Comamala, who was fishing for squid with his cousin and uncle. They were unhurt in the incident. But we've been covering this since the initial event, so we will bring you more on that when we have it. All right, we'll move on. Motor yacht Ulysses has made the news in the UK press as the vessel passed through the south of England recently. As you can see from this amazing footage sent in to us by Maritime Filming UK. So thanks for sending that footage in. Now, the vessel just completed a transatlantic from Florida and stopped in the south of England, like I said, for a short visit before apparently returning to the shipyard in the Netherlands. The yacht is owned by the New Zealand billionaire Graham Hart, and this is his newest yacht, which was delivered last year from Fedship. Now, if you're an OG yacht watcher, you'll know that Graham Hart had previously built another vessel, which he called Ulysses, actually 2 vessels, both built at Clever Marine in Norway, and those boats were both sold to Yuri Milner. This is a more traditional yacht and smaller than those 2 vessels. So why has the yacht gone to the shipyard? Because as it was only delivered in 2024. Well, this is not unusual, as the vessel is under warranty for a few years, usually 2 years after completion and being delivered. It's very normal for a vessel to return to the shipyard after a season of yachting. This will be to repair inevitable issues during the construction and possibly making changes based on the owner's request. Maybe he asked for some changes to be made. You might be asking why $100 million+ yacht would have issues after such a short space of time. Well, these boats are bespoke vessels. It's a one-of-one. Even if there are vessels, FedShip are building yachts all the time, and some of them look very similar, but that doesn't mean there's any similarities within the vessel. They are completely bespoke, and when you build something that bespoke, you will have issues. When you build many things one after the other, you learn where all the issues are and you get rid of them. But when you build one of one, you tend to get lots of issues. Also, these vessels are amazingly complicated, mechanical, electronics, digital, AVIT networks, etc. They are very, very complex. So you do have to have a period of ironing out any issues. Even other things on board, elevators, the floors, tables, everything absolutely bespoke, and you can always have issues with things that are bespoke, like I said, even if they are very expensive. Anyway, we'll move on to another story. Lawrence Stroll's new yacht has just launched at FedShip. Lawrence Stroll, who's part owner and executive chairman of Aston Martin and the owner of the Aston Martin F1 team, is an experienced yacht owner. This is not his first yacht. The yacht that has just launched is currently known simply as FedShip 714, which is currently in build in the Netherlands. That's the build number. The yacht has just launched, but it's not yet complete, but it's expected to be delivered this year, I believe. Of course, Lawrence Stroll previously owned Motor Yacht Faith, the 96-metre Motor Yacht Faith, which has now been renamed to Sophia. And he sold that vessel a couple of years ago. He sold it to a chap called Michael Latifi, who's also a Formula One part owner. And he still uses the vessel. I'm not sure if he's chartering it. I would imagine he is. He's probably chartering it from Michael Latifi. I think that was part of the deal. And he does use it quite a lot. We did a video from the Monaco Grand Prix last year, and Faith was there. So if you want to see that, I'll put a link at the top. But you can search for it in the Monaco Grand Prix on the channel. Now, Stroll has done something a little bit different from most billionaires. He's worth about $4 billion, but he's downsized from a 96-metre, close to 100 metres, to an 80-metre yacht. FedShip has built a number of high-profile yachts in recent years, including the yacht that Mark Zuckerberg now owns, which was originally built for Vladimir Potanin, who's now on the sanctions list, so he sold the vessel. Another high-profile vessel they've recently delivered, or high-profile yacht owner who ordered it, was the vessel ordered by Bill Gates. This vessel is a first in SuperYachts, in that it's the first one to have a hydrogen fuel cell on board. So apparently Bill Gates never took a delivery of that vessel or his other vessel. He had a support vessel, which is a catamaran. He never took delivery of either of them, deciding instead to sell both of them. He's already sold the catamaran, the support vessel, and now this vessel is up for sale for an eye-watering $700 million. All right, we'll move on to our next story. The American ocean liner, the SS United States, has finally left Philadelphia for the last time. I know we're a super yacht channel. You might be wondering why I'm talking about this. Well, I'm a big fan of history, and I also used to work in the cruise ship industry, which is this is sort of connected to. This vessel was built in 1951 for the now defunct United States line, and was the largest ocean liner ever completely built in the United States. The ship also still has the record for the fastest ocean liner to cross the Atlantic, a title known as the Blue Riband, which she took in 1952 from the Queen Mary. The ship was built in conjunction with the United States Navy to be used in times of war as a troop carrier, hence the terrific top speed of 35 knots, which is incredible for such a vessel of such a size. In fact, when she did that Blue Riband world record, they actually stripped the paint off the bow of the ship that the vessel went so fast. And despite the vessel's speed, the passenger traffic declined in the 1960s with the advent of jet-propelled transatlantic flights. And when the United States lines collapsed in 1969, the ship changed owners repeatedly over the next several decades. In 1984, the interior decorations were sold at auction, and the rest of the interior was stripped to the bulkheads in 1994. In 1996, she was towed to Philadelphia, where she remained until just a few days ago. The vessel was earmarked to be converted into a cruise ship by Norwegian Cruise Lines in the mid to late 2000s. However, this plan was scrapped after they realised the cost involved, and also after an explosion on the SS Norway, a similar vessel, an old vessel originally named SS France. That explosion killed 8 of the crew. The conservation organisation had been raising funds in an attempt to save the ship from being scrapped and purchased the vessel in 2011. However, in a recent rent dispute with the port in Philadelphia, the ship was evicted from her berth. And because no other location for the ship could be found, Okaloosa County in Florida bought her and plans to sink her by 2026 to become the world's largest artificial reef. A very sad ending for a great ship. All right, guys, thanks for watching. That's all we've got for today. Patreon.com/gsysman. Be sure to check it out. We do lots of videos on there throughout the week. We've done a couple of videos on there this week, even though we've not been posting onto YouTube. So check that out. We do all kinds of, we've got Atlantic Vlog on there. We do vlogs of traveling. We do stuff from South America. So we do a lot of stuff that we post on there, and we do some news stuff as well, which is more in depth. So check it out at patreon.com/gsysman. If you've got any news for us on any of the subjects that we've covered today or anything that we haven't covered, please be sure to get in touch. You can do that in the ticker news at yachtreport.co.uk, or you can get us by going to the About page of the YouTube channel. You can get us on Instagram, on X, and on Threema. Be sure to like this video, very important for the algorithm. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you with you soon. Bye-bye.